What's up, y'all? Welcome back. We on chapter 4. Get it in. Now, when we left off, Ben said came outside the barbershop and he was talking to Shorty. And Shorty out here running it down to him, letting him know, like, yeah, man, motherfuckers done pulled me out the car, had me jacked up on this car on the side of the road. And it wasn't like it usually be, fancy. I'm trying to tell you, man. They wasn't looking for no holes. They wasn't looking for the powder. None of that. Man, Officer O'Malley wanted my gun, man. I don't know what's going on. Dude told the car looking for my gun. He kept asking about the pistol. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. Something funny. Now, Fancy just sat out here for a minute listening to him go on and go on and go on and go on about getting jacked up, man. This ain't the first time this happened. But Fancy thinking, man, yeah, you right. Officer O'Malley ain't the type to be looking for no gun. Officer O'Malley is a tender dick. You know what I'm saying? He pulled a pimp over. He looking for some hoes. He gonna try to get something free, some head, some ass, or something. You don't even too much be messed up about the money. So he got Fancy to thinking. Fancy decided that he was gonna hit the streets and check on Joy and the new hoes. So he told Shorty to take it to the crib and go and get took care of, which is right up Shorty alley, because he was up with, you know what I'm saying? He knew what was going to go down when he hit the crib. But he really didn't want to leave Fancy out there like that because, not only was it his boss, but that was his guy. And with the funny shit that was going on right now and the shit Fancy had pulled this morning with Silk, he already knew that there was going to be some shit coming down the pike. He just didn't know when. Shorty wanted to always be there to protect Fancy, but the thing about it is Fancy didn't need no protection. Fancy was cold with them hands. And it's because he grew up wanting to be like Bruce Lee. It's one thing, you know what I'm saying, to have to fight and protect your big sister, but it's another thing to have to fight and protect your big sister while pimping and growing up behind a movie theater that you was pimping out of. It just happened to be the only movie theater in Chicago that was showing Fist of Fury. The one, not the two, the one. Every day for 2 years straight. This man seen the movie so many times he felt like he was Bruce Lee sometimes. But the first time he had to put that shit in play was he was outside the movie theater one day, and it was the same thing. He stick to the script. He had a broom closet in the movie theater. They had a way to get in through the back door. And it was down a little hallway, but it was a broom closet. He put a mattress in there, and that's where his sister would turn the trick set. So one day, he out there smoking, and his sister there doing what she do. And he can hear her through the wall and through the door yelling, "Give me my money! Give me my money!" So he like, oh shit. First he was a little bit nervous, but as that door flew open, he really didn't have time to think about it. The dude that was coming at him was twice his size, twice his age. But he thought quick. And this dude was trying to run past me, hit him with a roundhouse. Pow! Right to the jaw. The dude went to the side, but he didn't stumble. Your boy picked up a bat. Well, it wasn't a bat, but might have well been a bat. It was long and it was hard. And it went upside your boy's head. Clack, clack, clack. Cracked him up a little bit. And he just kept hitting dude, bro. He kept hitting into his sister, finally got there and pulled him off a dude. When his sister got him off a dude, she started going through his pockets, but she looking like dude might, expire. He might be out of there. And thinking quick, man, Fancy ran out the alley into the street. And he flagged the car down and he told dude, look here, man, you want to make $500? Dude like, yeah. So he jumped in the car with him. He gave him $250. Here, drive me down the alley. He drove him down the alley. He might, look here, bro, that's $250. Take dude to a hospital on the other side of the city. No matter what he say, tell these folks that he delusional and you picked him up in a parking lot down the street from the hospital you take him to. When you done, come back here and I'm going to give you this up $2.50. He jumped out the car. They got dude, put him in the car in the back seat. He took off. Business as usual. He got right back to business. Now, that was the first time he realized that what he could do to a man when he had to. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing personal. It was just business, man. He was messing with the money. Now, on the other side of town, back at the flat, she been rolled up her little couple joints and she trying to get high, laid back in the bed, got the record player bumping. It's a knock at her bedroom door, and when she opened the door, it's Shorty. So she looking at Shorty, and she can tell by his face already what's going on. Like, damn, she going to the most she most comfortable in, mothering and nurturing. That Sheba role. Sheba likes to take care of people. You know what I'm saying? So there's no problem. She takes Sheba in. She take Shorty in the bathroom and she clean him up. You know what I'm saying? Wipe his face down, wipe his eyes down, get his nose. Eating right. Bandage him up where he need bandages at. And she take him back in the room, she lay him down, and she popped the joint and she handed it to him. You know what I'm saying? They get back to chilling and relaxing. And Sheba does what Sheba do. Exactly what Shorty been waiting on. You know, quiet as kept. Shorty kind of in love with Sheba. You know what I'm saying? And every time something goes down like this and he needs to be taken care of, this is who he runs to. And like I say, that's what she like to do. She has no problem with it. Now, on the other hand, Sheba is the type of woman who she always got a plan. And right now is one of them times where she's trying to formulate a plan and everything just ain't coming together how she wanted it to. She kind of needed she needed Joy there. The Joy the ringleader. Joy is the one who makes the big boat float. She do all that, you know what I'm saying? Fancy is that mastermind, but Joy is the one to keep these hoes in line. Joy the one who, you know what I'm saying, is the day-to-day counselor. Joy is the one who is out here on the street protecting them when fans ain't around. His name protects them, but just little minor shit. Like I say, she the one that got the mouth that's gonna stand up and say something, and you gonna pay attention to her. But let me give you some more about Shorty. See, Shorty, a Chicago nigga born and raised. I'm talking about shot town to the bone gristle. Nigga grew up hustling, running numbers, running out through the wild hundreds. Shit, both his baby mamas from the Greens. I'm dead ass serious. Shorty was always in the mix. Shorty only problem was he was too damn short. And it fucked with his confidence. Shorty tried to be a con man. He couldn't pull it off. I mean, he could do the short con, but he couldn't do the long con. He couldn't pull it off. You know what I'm saying? Shorty tried to be a P. All his hoes did the same thing every time. They ran off with his money. He didn't get no respect from him. He didn't know how to put it down. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's sad to say, but if Shorty would have got an x-ray when he was young, they probably would have told him, bro, it ain't not one pimp bone in your body. Let it go. But through the years, Shorty had ran behind many pimps. You know what I'm saying? Edgar Allan Rich. No relation to Edgar Allan Poe. We don't deal with the Pope. We deal with the rich. You know what I'm saying? Handsome her, gorgeous feel. But none of them was like Fancy. Fancy was, it was a different type of, he looked at the other P's as a type of uncle relationship. You know what I'm saying? He got the game from him. He learned things. He grew up watching them. But when it came to Fancy, he looked at Fancy more like a nephew. You know, the kind of nephew who just surprised you and do all the things that you never imagined him doing. The one that you're just so proud of. And you realize, well, you the golden child. It's you. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you get where you supposed to go. Because I see it in you. That's how Shorty felt about Fancy. And it was killing him to sit up in this house with Sheba, but that's what Fancy told him to do. Now in the next room over, Suzanne, she's over there fresh out the shower, kind of lost in her thoughts, thinking, damn, everything mama said and everything my sister said was gonna happen didn't happen. And it happened so fast. But she couldn't help but feel like, but this is different. This ain't nothing like they explained. This man ain't nothing like what they told me. I'm up here going to fancy dinners and fancy cars with the fancy man himself. This little country girl was like, hey, shit, this ain't a bad deal at all. You know what I'm saying? It's just to her, it wasn't a bad deal at all. I mean, she knew fancy wasn't her man, but the piece of fancy that she was getting was better than all the men she had at home combined. Not a bad deal. Now, by this time, Fancy made it over a few blocks, you know what I'm saying? He walking and thinking to himself, going over the day's events in his head. And he ended up bumping into an old school player by the name of Sandman. Now, Sandman is usually hanging around 64th, but today he caught him on 63rd. And it's coming down to the wire, you know what I'm saying? Some things going on, but Sandman let him know. He like, man, look, be on the lookout for that boy O'Malley. He on one, man. He been harassing one of my hoes all night. You know what I'm saying? And then took her a couple times and then took all the money. And you know what I'm saying? Fancy thanked them for the information, man. They rapped for a minute, man, and Fancy got on down. Now, Fancy issue with O'Malley was O'Malley always wanted something for free. You know what I'm saying? You got police that'll come through and spend their money. It's a respect thing. You gonna handle your business. I'm not gonna put your business out there. You gonna leave me alone. I'm gonna provide you with what you need. Come on through. I got you. It's nothing. I'm gonna get the best for you. But O'Malley come through and O'Malley don't want to pay. O'Malley want the best girls. He want to do them how he want to do them. Dog them out. Drive them down. Don't pay. Like, no, bro, this is the merchandise. You just can't be handling my merchandise any type of way, and then you want to do it for free? What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? So that irked Fancy, man. He wasn't in the mood, in the mind frame of letting the man play with him like that. Now what Fancy didn't realize was he had crossed the wrong motherfucker, man. Silk was a dirty motherfucker. See, not only was Silk providing O'Malley with pussy and all the other things that he needed, but he also paid that man to do his dirty work. And right now, Fancy was the dirty work. Damn. Now, see, the thing about Silk is, Silk just a part-time Pete. It ain't what he was, it's just what he was doing at the time. He spent most of his time in and out of prison from the fucks up and the mistakes that he was making, doing everything else. See, Silk was from New York and more of a pimp. Nah. Silk was more of a hustler, a number runner, you know, that type of dude. But he was vicious from his upbringing. So he knew how to control a hoe. He knew how to make a nigga get down. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he was slick, sly, and cunning. This type of motherfucker that'll lay on you and plot. Type of motherfucker that'll put the police on you. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. You never see it coming. Silk and Fancy had crossed paths many times, you know what I'm saying? Gambling houses and whatnot. And they bumped heads a few times. Fancy really wasn't the type of dude to pay a guy like Silk too much attention. But Silk, he wasn't the type to let nothing go. Oh, he act like shit was cool. But acting and being is one different thing. But see, the major problem between these two is Silk done tried to backdoor Fancy before. And for y'all that don't know what backdooring is, I ain't talking about that new backdooring where you setting your homeboys up. I'm talking about that backdooring where you trying to take a bitch out the back door. Meaning, You taking away a bitch right to choose. Now a bitch, she got the right to choose, you know what I'm saying? She got to choose and pimping. So either you gonna be pimping enough to make a bitch come over there and choose you and leave who she with, or you gonna be a nigga like Silk that's on that dirty Mac and gonna slide behind and hate on a nigga and woo, why you fucking with dude? You need to be fucking with a nigga like me, but you don't use a nigga to get to a bitch. Hey, that's just the rules of the game. But you got a dirty nigga like Silk that'll try that shit. Now the first time, Silk tried that shit with a lady named Velma, one of Fancy first hoes. And Fancy, let's just say he took the gentleman approach. But that shit only go around one time. Wasn't no more gentleman approach. That's why he slapped the shit out that man in the alley when he see them talking to Tammy. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all hear that? Let's go over a couple blocks, maybe even a few. 66th Street. Business as usual. Trains coming and going, people coming and going, business is making money, in and out, in and out. The hustle and bustle of the day. It's Chicago, y'all. It's jumping. But it's broad daylight. I mean, shit though, the hustle still going on. But if you pay attention, you hear what I heard. See the alley over there? Walk down this alley. It's a dumpster down there. And on the other side of this dumpster is a tall white man, about 6'6", about 300 pounds. Big motherfucker. And he got this black woman hemmed up on the wall. You wouldn't lie to me, would you, bitch? No, sir. No, sir, what? No, sir, Officer O'Malley. I'm not lying. So you say you ain't out here selling ass? You ain't selling pussy out here? No, sir. Shut up, bitch. Smacked her to the floor. Damn. This a fucked up dude, bro. He's stomping her. He ain't even trying to rape her. He ain't trying to get no money from her. Just stomped her out. But just the type of shit Officer O'Malley do. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, dude just on one right now. Stumping motherfuckers out in the middle of the alley, broad daylight. But everybody know Officer O'Malley, they not gonna fuck with it. They not gonna fuck with dude. Fancy move with a purpose through the crowd, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get to his hoes. He wanted to get where his money was. He trying to get there. But as he moving block for block, I'm seeing a payphone and he like, damn, let me get Shorty a ring right quick. You know what I'm saying? He thought, don't really want to be out here by myself, not right now. So he gave Shorty a phone call. And when he got the phone with Shorty, he kind of started gliding. You know what I'm saying? He gliding down the sidewalk now. Got his head up, chest out, shoulders back. You know what I'm saying? Got that confidence about himself. You look at Fancy, you don't see nothing but, damn, that's that dude. So as he walking and going about his business, he kind of oblivious to what's going on around him, at least for a few blocks. But as he coming down past 67, or should I say on his way to 67, he passing 66. Kind of peeped down the alley a little bit, could have swore he saw Officer O'Malley. He put a little pep in his step. Some of the air came out of his chest. I ain't gonna lie, them shoulders dropped a little bit. He's trying to put some distance in between himself and big man here, man. Let me get on down here right quick. So he put that pep in his step and got on down to 67 looking for Joy. Trying to see what's going on with Tammy and Lexus. Get his money. And we're gonna stop it right here. That's chapter 4. We're gonna come right on back with chapter 5. We're gonna see you in a little bit.